Hello, everyone. JDev, creator of the JDev Entertainment Network, has returned once again to give you precisely what you want, which of course would be more of me because I'm in such high demand, giving you and everyone another UFC 247 video, specifically more analysis on the main event title fight between Dominic Reyes and Jon Jones. But let's make sure we like, share, subscribe, and comment. So I watched some of Luke Thomas today. Actually, I watched a video. I watched his video last night after the fight, and then I watched another video that he did when he watched the fight over again. And here were my thoughts. When I first watched the fight live, I wasn't sure what happened. I knew Reyes probably won the first round, and I thought Jones might have pulled one of the second or the third round out, because they were, it wasn't like as dominant. And then I thought Jones for sure won the fifth round and most likely won the fourth round. I wasn't sure what I was going to expect, though, because he had a lot more volume in this fight than he did. Thiago, something was up with Jones and Thiago Santos' fight, because he didn't really do a lot. I don't know. It just seemed like he could have done a lot more. Like, he could have won that fight pretty easily if he just would have had more volume. This fight, he had the volume. Not as much as Reyes, but he certainly, he wasn't holding back at all. I did watch the fight over again. Well, I've watched it a couple times over again. Here is my decision. I would give the first round to Reyes. I would even give the second round to Reyes. The third round is the round that I'm kind of teeter-tottering on. And I'm going to give the third round a push, a draw. And that means Jones wins the fourth round, Jones wins the fifth round, and we have a draw. That would be my initial, my honest opinion of the actual event. Now, Luke Thomas says that he scored it 3-2 for Dominic Reyes, and also says that, hey, you know what? I wouldn't be against a Jones. You scored it for Jones, too. And Luke Thomas and Jon Jones hate each other. Well, Jon Jones hates Luke Thomas for questions that he's asked before. So, if you're not familiar with Luke Thomas, drop me a comment and I'll tell you all about him. But Luke Thomas is a kind of a MMA guy that I actually listen to a lot. Interested to hear what Chael Sonnen has to say about it. I haven't watched, if he's been on ESPN and all talking about it, I haven't watched that yet, but I'm sure Chael will put something on his YouTube channel. Chael's going to trash Jon Jones. Jon Jones looked good in this fight. He looks really great. He just doesn't throw any combinations. He throws one punch and then measures. One punch, measures. Kick, measures. If he would have more combinations, and it seems like his wrestling is a little off. But I would give it a draw. Now, if I can't give it a draw, which you are able to have a fight, have a draw, I would probably have it for Reyes, because Reyes, did a lot of stuff. Jones obviously came on strong at the end, and he, the problem, Reyes thinks he was cheated, and you know what? Jones controlled the octagon for a lot of the fight, though. And yeah, I know a lot of people say, wait a minute. In the state that they fought in, which is Texas, they fight under the old rules, where octagon control is a big part of it. Where the new rules, when they fight in Vegas and other states, they've adopted new rules. In Texas, though, they have not. So octagon control, which Jon Jones usually does a lot of, was a big factor in that. And if you factor in that, then you probably give the fight to Jon Jones. Although I don't think Jones did a lot. I mean, again, one punch. Think about it for a minute. Oh, a kick. There's not a lot of combinations there. And Jones, for some reason, his wrestling isn't as sharp as it used to be. So there is my honest opinion on it. But we got to think about this. Despite what you think about who won or who should have won, it was a good, awesome fight. It really was. It had you on the edge. The first couple of rounds, I was shaking because I'm like, oh, shit. I don't want to see the day that Jones loses. But at the same token, it's fun. Like, it's exciting. And I think that a lot of people are forgetting the fact that I'm sounding like Luke Thomas right now. But these are my thoughts as well, that the fight was good. And, congrats to Dominic Reyes. I thought he hadn't fought anybody tough, and I still think that until now. Obviously, he's fought Jon Jones. But I thought he should have got one more guy in the top 5. But he didn't. But he Definitely looks better than anybody else. Now, a lot of people think Thiago Santos should have a rematch against John Jones. I do not think that at all. I think Jones could have done a lot more against Santos. He just didn't. And I was not impressed with Thiago in that fight. I was thinking that Thiago won that fight, though, when it was over, because Jones just didn't really do a lot. He, like, I don't know, aside from octagon control, he was just kind of standing around a lot. Well, following him around, but not throwing punches and kicks. But I think Santos should not even get a rematch against Jones, actually, unless he wins like 3 fights in a row. And Reyes, I think Reyes should get another shot at Jones, maybe in July, August, June, somewhere around there. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight again. The thing is, they run it back. John Jones might have a dominant game plan. But there are my thoughts. Just let's think that there was an awesome fight. And, if you don't agree with Jones winning, if you want to take the belt away from the champ, you're going to have to finish the champ. And John Jones has an ironclad chin. And he got tested again. I wonder who's hit Jones the hardest in any MMA fight. I saw Vince St. Preux hit Jones pretty hard. Daniel Cormier got him with an uppercut in their second fight. That Jones won, and then it got changed to a no contest. And Reyes got him a few times. So it's interesting. But, yeah, I want to score a draw, honestly. And if I can't score a draw, I would probably lean towards Reyes because it was so close. And the first, well, the third, it was more. See, a lot of people are saying the second. I thought Reyes was pretty certain for the second round. But the third round was the one I'm like, well, yeah. So I don't know, but leave your comments. Tell me what you thought about the fight. Let's be nice here. Let's respect both fighters. John Jones is awesome. And now a lot of people are bringing up, oh, yeah, the PEDs are getting out of his system, so he's not as good. John Jones looks amazing, especially last night. He looks amazing. His body's great. He's training. He's getting older. You lose a step. Although I think Jones still has the same. I don't think he's lost a step. I just think he's fought so many times, like they say, that there's a lot of film on him, and it's hard to have just beat all these guys without losing. And one of these days he'll probably will lose. But I think Jones looked good last night. I think Dominic Reyes looked good, and I'm just glad that we saw a good fight. And I definitely think that there should be a rematch. And, we'll see what happens in the rematch if Reyes is up for it and if Jones is up for it, which Jones said he'd be fine in a week. Reyes, it might take him a few months, but, like a July, August, June, somewhere in there, another fight for them too. That'd be great. I don't think Thiago Santos should get another fight against Jones because, quite frankly, he didn't really do much in the fight either. He had a couple of outbursts, but didn't really connect on much. So, again, make sure you leave your comments about UFC 247, especially Jones versus Reyes, and any future fights that you want to see. And, of course, good old J-Dev will be back again soon with another. Peace.